Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of 750. I am Mariam Shaushat, and with me today is the Indian High Commissioner to the Maldives, Manu Mahavar. Welcome to the show. How have you been?
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here again.
I'm delighted to have you always. It's a pleasure to have you. So India has always been a key developmental partner to the Maldives. Could you please begin with what are the key flagship projects India has contributed to the Maldives?
Well, let me first begin by saying that, it has been an absolute honor and privilege for me to represent India in the Maldives. This is a country which is a close friend and neighbor. It's a country with whom we have a very special partnership, and it is a country which is a priority in Prime Minister Modi's neighborhood first policy and Sagar vision.
Yeah.
So for me, it was indeed an honor and privilege to serve as High Commissioner of India to the Maldives. And I'm really happy that my tenure here has seen very intensive engagements in all areas, whether it is in terms of projects and initiatives or working together to meet with our challenges. And I'm really happy to see that, towards the end of my tenure, we had a very successful visit of President Dr. Mohammad Moizu to India, state visit, which has provided fresh impetus to the relationship. So I'm quite confident that in the coming period, we will see very huge progress in our relationship in accordance with the joint vision that was presented by the two leaders during the state visit to achieve a comprehensive economic and maritime security partnership. You referred to development cooperation projects.
Yes.
And development partnership has been the central pillar of our special relationship. We are long-standing development partners. Our first project, major project in Maldives was Indira Gandhi Memorial Hospital, which is still serving well. Thereafter, we have had many cooperation projects. But I would say in last few years, our development partnership has witnessed a huge growth and expansion. We are collaborating on large infrastructure projects, small development projects, human resource development, and we have of course provided support, financial assistance to Maldives to deal with its requirements. Many of our large projects have been completed and handed over, including the water and sewerage on close to 30 islands, the reclamation project in Addu, the National College for Policing and Law Enforcement in Addu. Many more are in the pipeline. These completed projects demonstrate our capability to deliver quality projects at very affordable cost. Many of them are grant funded also. And we are working very closely with Government of Maldives for the completion of various ongoing projects, the flagship being Greater Malay Connectivity Project. We are also engaged in identification of new projects and initiatives. So I'm quite confident that our development partnership will continue and will witness even higher levels of cooperation in the days ahead.
Yeah, I think during your tenure, we have seen the biggest challenges in the recent times. COVID-19 for sure is one, and then we also have some unfortunate events happening between the bilateral ties. So the COVID-19 tested our partnership, India-Maldives partnerships, the development partnerships, people-to-people connections. How do you think Maldives and India supported each other during these crucial times?
During COVID, our cooperation and our support to Maldives was all-encompassing. We provided medical assistance,
Yeah.
we provided economic assistance, and we provided financial support. You would recall Maldives was in the first list of countries that were provided COVID vaccines by India as soon as the vaccines were rolled out in India. We provided emergency medical assistance in terms of medicines, in terms of deployment of medical teams, and we created an air bubble which allowed Maldivians requiring critical medical attention to be able to travel to India. In terms of economic assistance, we ensured that the essential commodities remained available. And then the air bubble we created allowed Indian tourists to be able to visit Maldives, which was a big boost to the tourism industry that had been heavily impacted. And then on financial side, we provided budgetary support of $250 million to again, absorb the impact that the Maldivian economy had faced because of severe contraction in tourism activities. So all in all, the cooperation during COVID once again demonstrated that friends can be relied on during times of need.
Yeah. People-to-people connection, we have to agree, is the strongest force between India and Maldives relationships. I believe that we all have to agree about it. But maritime security and combating transnational crimes are vital aspects of Maldives-India relationships as well. What steps have been taken to strengthen collaboration in these particular areas?
You have rightly mentioned the security challenges that we face in the region today are transnational in nature. Be it drug trafficking, terrorism, human trafficking, illegal fishing, piracy, etc. And these challenges can be addressed effectively only through collaboration among the countries of the region. And this is the guiding principle that governs our engagement in defense and security sphere with Maldives. All elements of our cooperation, whether it is development of infrastructure, provision of platforms and equipment, training, military exercises, are essentially aimed at enhancing Maldives' capacity to ensure security on its territory, in its waters, and to foster collaboration between our two countries for humanitarian purposes or for addressing these transnational challenges. So we have completed several projects. Senahia Hospital was one of them. The Composite Training Center at Mafila Fushi is another one of them. Currently, we are working on the MNDF Ekta Harbour project. We are assisting, supporting construction of MOD building. All these projects, when they will be completed, they will become symbols of India-Maldives friendship. And I'm sure our two countries will continue to work closely to promote peace and security in our region.
I believe as countries in the Indian Ocean, the security and safety of the Indian Ocean is most crucial for all of us. How do you view the Maldives' role in India's strategic vision for the Indian Ocean?
India's strategic vision for the Indian Ocean was articulated by Prime Minister Modi as Sagar, security and growth for all in the region. And we also believe in this philosophy of prospering together, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, as Prime Minister Modi calls it. We consider Maldives a very important partner in these visions. And accordingly, we have been working very closely with Maldives for decades. But of course, we have stepped up our cooperation in recent years to ensure, to promote peace and security in our region. We work together bilaterally, and we are also working together with other partners in the region in the framework of Colombo Security Conclave. So we look forward to continue this very robust cooperation between our countries for the realization of our joint vision.
Just like I mentioned before, the COVID-19 pandemic was one of the biggest challenges during your tenure. And then came the India Out movement, and it caused some disruptions, but I would like to believe now we have all moved past it. And the visit of President Dr. Mohamed Muizu also showed us that the India-Maldives relations will always be strengthened, and India will always be a close partner of us. What message would you like to give to the people who are concerned about the India Out movement, and what were the impacts that we had bilaterally?
The India-Maldives relationship is a long-standing relationship. It has stood the test of time. It has brought tangible benefits to our peoples. In the course of my tenure, I have had opportunity to travel all across Maldives. I have seen great warmth and affection towards India. I have seen that people of Maldives value this relationship. I've seen that people of Maldives acknowledge that the relationship has delivered positive results. So I'm quite confident that our relationship will continue to grow and flourish in the years ahead.
India and Maldives share deep cultural ties, historical ties. I think one of the most biggest interests of Maldivians towards India is their music and their culture as well. What initiatives have strengthened in terms of these connections?
Well, the foundation for our relationship is provided by people-to-people ties, very vibrant people-to-people ties, which are again rooted in our historical and cultural links. So first and foremost, our effort has been to nurture these ties through policy measures. We have enabled visa-free travel, which allows our people to travel easily to each other's country. And we have also taken measures to enhance connectivity. We have again taken steps to nurture cultural links through exchange of cultural troops, through organization of events. We have a cultural center in Maldives which is very active. It regularly organizes cultural events, including in collaboration with the Friendship Association of India and Maldives. Cultural cooperation has been a focus of our development cooperation projects also. And as you may be aware, the iconic Olympus Theatre was renovated with Indian grant assistance. So we really value and cherish these linkages, which I'm sure will continue to flourish, continue to grow. In the coming days, we will be organizing more visits, more exchanges, bigger programs. I'm sure all those people who also love Bollywood, they will have opportunity to experience visits by high quality artists from India.
I think in terms of language, we know 3 languages, which is Hindi, English and Divahi. So I don't think the cultural bond we have would ever be gone. I think it will be flourished even more in the future.
And it is this bond which really provides the foundation for the relationship.
Mm-hmm. Student exchanges and training programs for the Maldivians in India has also been expanding. We have seen a lot of cultural exchanges. We have seen a lot of students traveling to India for educational purposes. And we have also seen a lot of training programs being held. Also for the media, we have held familiarization trips as well. What are the key achievements in this area, and how can it further be expanded?
So you have rightly said, the cooperation on training, human resource development, capacity building has received maximum attention in our relationship, and the results are visible. We have launched multiple new programs. We have organized training, in-person training in India for a large number of Maldivian friends every year through various mechanisms, including the ITEC program. And we have not only covered traditional areas, but also included new areas, including innovation, entrepreneurship, media, you name the area, and we have collaborated and organized training programs in those areas. So, one area where we need to work more relates to education. We offer a large number of scholarships to our Maldivian friends, but we need to see greater participation of Maldivian friends in those programs. And we are working very closely with Ministry of Higher Education and other stakeholders in that area.
Um, while your term has come to an end, what advice would you like to give to the Maldivian youth and professionals aspiring to study or work in India? What are the opportunities we have in India?
Well, India is growing rapidly. It is the fastest growing major economy in the world, and it is set to sustain this trajectory for a long time. Our growth offers huge opportunities for our neighbors. I would say make full use of these opportunities. Large number of Maldivians still view India as the destination for medical treatment, which is, of course, our strength because we do provide high quality healthcare at affordable cost. But there is much more happening in India. There are huge technological advancements taking place. I encourage the youth to connect with Indian youth, to explore India and to explore opportunities for themselves in pursuit of their own individual goals, personal and professional goals, to benefit from these changes, the growth that is taking place in India.
How can the Maldives benefit from India in terms of technological advancements?
There are several areas where India is now recognized as among the leaders, and one area where we have really played an important role relates to digital public infrastructure, and that's one area where we have also agreed to collaborate during the President's recent visit to India. Whether it is in terms of introduction of digital payment system or promoting innovation and entrepreneurship in general, the startup culture as we call. There are multiple areas in which we can collaborate.
What opportunities do you see for Maldives-India relations in the next decade?
The relationship, of course, has huge potential. The vision for the growth of this relationship has been outlined by the two leaders in terms of achieving a comprehensive economic and maritime security partnership. I am quite confident that in the years ahead we will see concrete progress on the decisions taken for the realization of this joint vision presented by the two leaders.
This could possibly be your last interview, so I would like to ask you, what have been the most rewarding aspects in your tenure, and I would like if you could mention both personally and professionally as well.
Well, as I said, it has been a great honor and privilege for me to represent India in Maldives. It's a country which is a special partner. It's a close friend and neighbor, and it's a priority in our neighborhood first policy and Sagar vision. In my 3 years, we had intensive engagements, both in terms of projects and initiatives, as well as the collaboration to address our security challenges. We had regular high-level exchanges, and I'm really happy that the tenure is completing with a very successful state visit by President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu to India, in which the roadmap for future growth of our relationship has been laid out. All in all, it has been a very satisfying tenure. It was also really heartening to see completion of many development cooperation projects that we started during my tenure. And I also, of course, whenever I visit the Greater Malay project site, I find it very satisfying to see how the project is really progressing well. So all in all, as I said, it has been a very satisfying tenure.
Excellency, can you share any lasting impressions or any memorable moments that left a lasting impression to you from the Maldives? What would you take away from the Maldives?
First thing is, the fond memories of my interaction with the people of Maldives. I had the opportunity to travel across Maldives. I did a count, and I think I have visited close to 40 inhabited islands of Maldives. Everywhere I saw rich diversity, but great warmth and affection. That is something I will also cherish. And of course, the natural beauty of Maldives is so striking that you cannot but fall in love with it. So that is something which will always remain with me, those memories of travel across Maldives and interacting with the people and enjoying the beauty and natural beauty of Maldives.
How many islands have you got to visit so far?
40 inhabited islands.
14 islands? That's
No,
more
40.
40. That's
40.
more than some Maldivians.
Excluding the resorts.
Yeah, that's more than some of the Maldivians have ever visited.
I had the chance to visit both the northernmost point as well as the southernmost point.
That's an achievement. So I believe that every opportunity we get is an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity for us to learn as well as others surrounding us to learn. What lessons have you learned during your tenure in the Maldives, and what will you take forward in terms of in your diplomatic career?
Well, first of all, this is a relationship which is very extensive relationship. So in my role as High Commissioner, I got to work closely in all areas, all facets of our cooperation. And that is something which is remarkable for me. Secondly, there are many areas in which Maldives has done exceedingly well. Tourism, of course, is one such sector. So the way Maldivian economy has grown and the way you have been able to provide or address the needs of your people, that is also something which is very special. The fact that we have been able to work together and nurture our age-old relationship is something that is again very satisfying to see.
You have been working as a diplomat for over decades, I believe. What advice would you give to the Maldivian youth aspiring to become diplomats and to pursue careers in diplomacy, international relations, or global leadership?
Well, I think the most important thing is to have an open mind, learn as much as possible, be sensitive to the needs and requirements of your partners. That would be something which will take you very far.
High Commissioner, thank you so much for sitting with us. What would your last message be to the Maldivians, to everyone you have served?
Well, India attaches very high importance to its relationship with Maldives, and we are committed to making every possible progress in this relationship. We look forward to working with the government of Maldives. We look forward to working with all stakeholders in achieving new heights in our relationship.
Thank you so much for sitting with us, and this might be the last time I meet you. This might be the last interview I have with you. So I personally would like to thank you for all your contributions to the India-Maldives relationships, as well as the Maldives development. How much India has contributed in terms of our development, I don't think we can even count it. So thank you so much, and thank you for contributing to our development.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting me to this interview. Thank you.
And that concludes this episode of 750. Hoping to see you again next time. Goodbye.